way to my very first trichology appointment. And just in case you don't know what trichology deals with, it deals with the loss of hair or thinning hair. So I've been experiencing thinning hair, and I've talked about it in several of my videos for several years now, and it's predominantly in the crown of my hair. So I'm on my way to my first appointment this morning, and I'm trying to kind of camouflage what I have going on because I have already started removing my micro braid locks. So I'm hoping she's gonna let me video this appointment. Hopefully she will, because she too has a YouTube page. So I'm hoping she's gonna let me video my appointment, but we'll see once we get there.
Where are we having the hair loss at?
It's mainly in the crown of my hair.
Okay. Just in the crown area? What about edges?
No, and it's not really, it's kind of thinning. My mom used to, she thinned as she got older, so it's mainly kind of in this area.
Okay. Crown area. Any vitamins you taking?
No, not like I should.
Okay, you're fine. You are just fine. Any medication you on?
Just over-the-counter stuff.
Okay.
I do have something for allergies.
Oh, okay. Just all right. You have any food allergies or regular allergies?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. What's your shampoo and conditioner you're using?
I'm using a concoction of, what is it, Dr. Bronner's, the lavender, with a lot of essential oils in it, because I am micro braid locked.
Has you ever had a hormone testing done?
No.
Going through menopause?
Oh, yes.
That you know? Okay.
I know, I'm sure I've been through that.
Okay. Any hysterectomies done or no?
Yes.
A full or partial?
I have one ovary.
Okay, so we call that a partial. When did you have that surgery done?
2002, December.
Oh, okay. What's your height and weight?
Now, you know we're not going to put all this on YouTube.
What is
we gonna get...
Is that it's going to...
I need to take this off?
Yes. You will need to take that off. If you want to move it directly in front of you, you can. Because you'll be facing the mirror.
With the camera? Oh, okay.
You're going to turn here if you want it to be in front of you.
Would it be best to be in front of me?
If you want like a full shot.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, I'm going in to see how your hair follicles are, okay? I'm seeing, and you'll be able to see there.
Oh, I see
how your hair follicles are. And what I'm looking for, make sure that the pore is still alive, okay?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can lower the camera a little
bit.
So
you can.
Yeah.
It's looking like.
Oh, wow. The hair is gone.
Well, what happens is that when we look at the pore, what we're looking for is just to see if the pore is open, okay? And to the eye, it'll look like it's not growing because you can't see this with the eye. So what this machine does, it kind of goes in and let me look at it as if one strand, okay? So, and I will actually point it out to you on the hairs that we do see and the hairs that's actually growing underneath, okay? So, that's one of the biggest things is that. So, alrighty, so I'm just going to focus this right here. Okay. So what we do, one of the things is, do you do a maintenance at home as far as moisturizing your scalp?
No, and definitely not since I've been braid locked. You know, like I said, I use the essential oils in my shampoo.
Okay.
And in my spray I do every day, but I don't necessarily do it directly to my scalp.
Okay, okay. Alright.
I do sometimes, but not as much as I do my hair.
Because what have you put something every 3 days, okay? Everything you put on your hair in 3 days is gone. So it's time to feed it again. So, and a lot of patients, that's one of the biggest things, is they don't keep the scalp hydrated. And so what will happen is, a lot of times you just have a lot of buildup. The skin will form more of it to what we may say is dandruff. It's just that the lack of moisturization and oxygen to the scalp will cause more of the skin to build up. And I'm going to show you how it is. I'm looking at seeing how it is now. Because y'all know you're not going to shampoo your hair too often because of the type of style that you have. But there is a pre-cleanser that you can use.
But no, remember this is coming out. Remember this is coming out.
Yes. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Still every 3 days, whatever you put on your hair, you put it on every 3 days. Okay?
But it is fine to shampoo weekly, right?
Oh yeah. You can the number of shampoos does not hinder the hair growth. Because I know a lot of times, especially in our culture, we don't like to shampoo every day. Or they feel like if you shampoo it every day, then your hair is going to come out. It won't. What it does is, especially if you exercise a lot, you need to shampoo the sweat out because that has a lot of salt. And salt is a drying agent. So if you exercise a lot, you will have to shampoo your hair more often. Or you can use a pre-cleanser to go in and do a pre-shampoo until you're able to shampoo your hair. Yeah. But you actually a mild case of the hair that's coming out.
That's good.
Yeah, you are. Just a mild case.
I guess it looks like it's so much more serious because my hair was so thick once upon a time.
Yeah, compared to, and then as we get older, things, a lot of times, like metabolism slows down, our hair does too. What we have to do is rejuvenate the hair, and just like how you have to get better metabolism, you have to actually eat certain things to boost your metabolism. So it's the same thing with hair. Same thing with hair. Because as we get older, the hair growth slows down because of the circulation of the body slows down. So we have to manually do things to our hair and to our body to rejuvenate the activities, and that way you'll see the best results. Just like we did when we was in our 20s and 30s. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with getting a relaxer done, okay? You got two things you can do, okay? You can actually get a relaxer done, but of course, no such thing as a bone straight because you got to keep the elasticity going, okay?
Well, when I said bone straight, I meant texlaxing, but I'm just kind of making it manageable.
Yeah, you loosen the texture. Yes, that's called texturizing.
Yeah.
So even if you can do either way. Even if you got a relaxer, it's still only going to need to be 80% straight, okay? Because the heat and everything else is going to finish straightening it. So that's the key to it. Or you can also do like a keratin treatment if you want to do that. Then that way, that just coats the hair with the keratin and collagen to have it straight for a while. And as you shampoo, your texture come back. That's another way you can do. It's not a right or wrong. It depends on how you try to wear your hair. Determines really the best process with that. Okay. So it's no problem with it, but they need to do like a sensitive scalp. That's the main thing anyway. To where you can still have the fullness, first of all, to where it's only going to give about 80% straight, and then whatever your style is going to be.
That's one thing I did like about the Euphermals for sensitive scalp.
Yeah, you have to do a sensitive scalp. Even if they did the other line, they should know to use it because they have a sensitive scalp too. But they are calcium based, so we use a guanine solution, which is much better. Calcium swells the cuticle up, which is what you don't want. So that's why we don't use that particular brand. But that's how that actually works.
You mean the Affirm brand? You guys don't use
the Design Essentials.
Oh, okay.
No, we use actually Influence brand, and that's a guanine solution.
Okay.
Because that way it doesn't swell the cuticle up. Sometimes with the eye, you can't tell till over time to where it still have that puffiness. That's because the calcium buildup is on there. Okay. So we use a guanine solution. That way it doesn't have a buildup on it and it still keeps it silky and straight. That's the difference between the two. Yeah, what we're going to do is so you can see how your hair is doing. Okay. So this is what you can't see with the eye. Okay? Right here, this is hair that's growing underneath the skin. This is why I asked, was it itchy or anything? Because sometimes it does itch because it's moving, which means the cell is still alive. This is the pore that closed up, okay? When you come back for part 2, after I finish researching all of your follicles, I can tell you what type of alopecia it is. Alopecia is saying hair loss. That could be thinning or just completely bald, just hair loss. Okay. But I'm going to tell you what kind of alopecia, how it got started, and how where you are now, and how it can be reversed, okay? That's why we work closely with your physician to see what they have you on, seeing your blood work, making sure that is corrected, and make sure they're not putting you on anything that will hinder the growth of the hair. Okay, so this what makes it look like your hair is thin, because you cannot see this with the eye. But this is the actual pore that is closed up, but the hair follicle is still growing. Okay, and you have 2 strands here, and you got 1 strand here that's growing underneath. Here is the follicle here that's half open. This one made it out, this one didn't, because the hole is not big enough. So only 1 strand can come out. Because underneath the scalp, the bulb is still alive. The hair forms up under there first before we see it come out of the pore. Okay. So what happens is when the pore is closed halfway, it's just like people trapped in a mine. 4 people down there, but only 1 person can come out at a time. So you think it's only 1 person, but it's actually 4 underneath, because just like how this particular follicle here is underneath that you can't see. Okay, that's what makes the hair look thin, if you want to call it. So here's how it looks when it's halfway. The hair follicle, what happens is it'll split. So 1/2 of the hair come out, the other half just grows underneath. That's where thinning come in at, which is what we call it. Okay, same thing here. This is the dead skin I was talking about. Okay, everybody has dead skin. The thing is there are certain shampoos to get that off. Okay, like a clarifying. So a clarifying or deep cleanse is the only shampoo that gets this dead skin off. Not a regular shampoo is not going to get that off. Okay. So you can still use your other shampoo as your second shampoo, but your first shampoo needs to be a deep cleanse. That way it gets more oxygen to the actual hair. Mm-hmm. When it's more skin covering this pore like this, it's suffocating the actual follicle to where then it looks like that the pore closing up. Okay. But these follicles here is very strong to where it actually made its way out. And a lot of times it'll come out and it'll stick to the hair to where it looks like it's dandruff. Okay. But it's just dead skin. This follicle here, the pore is here, so it's halfway. That's why this follicle came out, but it came out very thin. Same thing right here. Okay. This is about 1/8 inch of an actual follicle here. Okay. This pore here is completely closed. This is where these pores here, these follicles here would have came out. So what it does is just continue to grow underneath the actual skin. So it's still alive. That's the main thing you want to see if it's still alive, okay? You just have a lot of dead skin right here, okay? Do not ever scratch that off. It will tell the body as if it's like a sore, and it'll make more actual skin, because the body will rejuvenate on its own without you even doing anything.
I don't need you scratching.
No, you can massage with your shampoo, okay? Never scratch, because when you pull this off and scratch and continue to scratch, the body think it don't have a protective guard, so it's going to make more of it to protect the scalp. Okay? So you just have a lot of that on here, but deep cleanse is what gets that off. Okay? These follicles here are looking good. You do have 1 pore here that's closed up, but then there's actual hair right here that's growing underneath. Okay? Yeah. So this one is growing underneath here. There's 1 and there's 2 that's growing underneath here. There's a long one here that's growing underneath the skin. Okay? Because the pore is actually closed up. But when you come back part 2, I can see which one that you would need to open it up. So we can do an actual protein treatment. That would go and strengthen these follicles here. Okay. You'll get that once a month for 6 months. After that, it is every quarter, because your hair shifts 4 times a year.
Okay. And see, that's what I want to do, because I'm very good at, maintaining my hair.
Yes.
At home. I'm not that chick that has to have somebody fix my hair every week, because I can't. But I do feel like we need some type of regimen where I can come see you.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm
exactly. So you'll come to see me for the hairstyle and any chemicals you need done, or the treatments, and then at home you'll still use the same regimen, so that way we all on the same page, so that where all your hard work won't go down the drain.
Okay. And that's what I was saying. The fact that I was taking my micro braid locks out, if I was going to texturize or whatever, I needed to definitely see a trichologist and just let them do that chemical piece and me not do that at home.
Exactly, that's it. Because the styling stuff, I know you can do a lot of that yourself. So
okay.
but the protein will help build these up. This is actually hair right here that's growing underneath the skin, okay? And there's a crisscross one right here that's going across them. Okay. Those are things you cannot see with the eye. These are actually looking really good. When you see these, this is no pore at all. That's just your skin, okay? So we blew it completely up to where we're able just to see how this follicle here is doing. And these hairs here is growing underneath the skin right here. This is a little piece of gray hair right here. We're going to ignore that. So that's some little gray hair that's being right here. Okay.
That's something else we need to get rid of.
And you can do that. So, and you can do color. It's all about the development that you developer that you're using. That's all.
So see, I've never done. I think I've probably done maybe like a temporary color. I've never lifted my hair, done highlights or blonde.
If you're trying to, what you can do, still keep your base color, which means be after a demi light. So instead of doing like a semi doesn't cover the gray. Okay. So you need to do a demi, and then you can still do highlights after all that stuff. So that way the highlights are not touching the scalp at all, but you can actually still go in and cover the actual gray. Okay? So you're gonna be fine. Right here's another one right here. This is what you're used to seeing. See how thick these come out of the pore? That's what you're used to seeing. But a lot of times, certain things, because what feeds the hairs through the blood, if there's anything that's taking the blood, the hair is always where it come from first. Okay. But it's a hit and miss on which strand the blood gonna take from.
At some point, do we do, like once we start the treatment, so we've done that for a while, do we like do a follow-up?
Yes. So every 3 months you do a follow-up with me, and then that way we do it. That includes your scan, and then I show the comparison between before and after. Okay, like I'm actually gonna take a photo with my phone just with the eye. And then I always still go in and do a scan every 3 months, so that way we can see. And then we wean you off of anything that we have you on that open these pores up by itself, because you're not going to be on there forever either. Because then you'll be intaking things and getting things more under control of what causing it to actual close the pore up. Okay? So that's the main thing with that. So one of the biggest things is, I know a lot of people do a lot of multivitamins. Definitely for women, prenatal vitamins will take the place of any vitamin. Because prenatal vitamins, because what it does, it gives you more than what
pregnancy than vitamin. I ain't pregnant, boy.
And people always ask me, would it make you pregnant? No. But I've had people that ask me that. I tell them, I said no, but what it does, what makes the pore closes, because there's something that's taking the blood from the pore. So prenatal vitamin, just like when you was pregnant and having a baby, the baby takes the blood from you. So the prenatal gives you what the baby takes from you. Same thing. Oh, wow. So prenatal vitamins, so I've had people who had gastric bypass, prenatal vitamins, what they get. Because it's going to give that hair what is lacking and what's taken out. Don't matter about the brand. Prenatal vitamins. It has all the biotin, has all the iron, have all the calcium, and all of that stuff, okay? That is the brand you need. Don't matter about the brand. Get an Equate brand. Don't spend all that money. That's just marketing strategy. So prenatal vitamins give you all of the nutrients that you need.
So that can take the place of like a one a day.
Oh man, yes, not even comparison.
Oh my goodness.
That's why OBGYNs tell pregnancy people get a prenatal vitamin, because the baby's taking the blood from you. So there is something right now taking the blood from your hair. Same situation. So prenatal gonna give you what is taken from the hair.
Cool.
Yep, simple thing, just prenatal.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
And all of this is part of my hair journey, so I wanted to, of course, share it with all of you. And I certainly hope that it's been helpful in some way, shape, form, or fashion for you too. I feel so much better. And that was just part one of my treatment plan. So now that we've had the initial discussion, I have to send her like my blood work and other health information, because all of that determines what kind of what my treatment plan will be. So I'm so glad to know that I have a very mild case, and as it pertains to the alopecia, once she gets my health information, she'll be able to tell me exactly what kind I have, and then we will start the treatment plan accordingly. And also, y'all, I've already scheduled my appointment, honey. So I will be back next week for my appointment. I have to finish taking out my micro braid locks. Don't y'all slide. Y'all know I be sitting up here on the dashboard. So I have to finish taking these out. Y'all, this is a process. Woo. So I'll finish taking these out, and then next week when I go back for my appointment, I'll do my part 2 of my trichology appointment, and then get my hair done. Because again, with me taking out my micro braid locks, I'm really focused on making sure that I take great care of my hair, especially even more so because I'm going to be using chemicals again. So what she's going to do is do a texturizer. That way all this kinky hair will be a lot more manageable. And I'm excited about that because it also allows me to still have the flexibility of twist outs. You know, I can wear it straight and just a lot of different styles. And I'm so thankful too that I used to be the girl that edges had to be bone straight, every little hair. Honey, I would straighten my edges and straighten my eyebrows at the same time. Not really, but I'm just saying. I was that type that I could not have, I wanted everything straight all the time. So I'm so thankful that I am no longer there. And it's so funny that I don't want it. I do not want it bone straight all the time. Now when she does a silk press or whatever she does, you know, I want it straightened as much as she straightens it. But to have it straight like that all the time, I don't want that. I want it coily and, you know, a little curly, slight kinkiness. But so I'm excited. So I go back next week, and this appointment was just very, very informative, and I'm so glad to know that, like she said, there is hope for me in this thinning hair. So I'm committed to not doing as much, although I do so much stuff at home myself with my hair, and I have done for years, but you know, because I am dealing with the thinning, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm trying to hold on to you guys. So I'm not gonna do that anymore, and I'm gonna allow her to do her thing because she is the expert. Okay? So I certainly hope that my appointment was very informative to some of you as well that may have some of the same issues that I'm dealing with. And y'all, who knew prenatal vitamins? Lord have mercy, dude number one gonna be like, girl, don't you be trying to get pregnant? Why you have those prenatal vitamins? But it makes so much sense. Wow. So first order of business is definitely get me some prenatal vitamins before ASAP, and then get home and finish taking out these micro braid locks. Okay? It's alright, you guys. Look, let me pay attention to what I'm doing. But I thank you guys so much for watching. I already look forward to you joining me again next time. Bye.